Okay, so I just want to illustrate that you can do quite a lot with server infrastructure to support the use of Chrome OS devices in a school without spending a huge amount of money. What we offer users is the ability to access a Windows desktop and therefore Windows apps on their Chrome OS devices on and off site, and to do so at a reasonably good level of performance. So I had to replace one of our remote desktop servers the other week. I'd been planning to do this. It was getting a bit long in the tooth, and it was based on a server that was purchased back in 2008 and was on several generations ago. So I considered buying a brand new bit of kit with the latest Xeon processors and all the rest of it in. But pricing up what I really wanted, it was close on £4 grand, maybe a little bit more actually. So I thought, well, what can I get on eBay? Can I just screw something together myself? So what I found was an ex-corporate HP DL360G6. It came with two fairly low-powered 2 GHz Xeons processors, 4 GB of RAM, and a couple of 72 gig 10,000 RPM hard drives, and that was £200. These are all inclusive of VAT, so the actual price we'd pay as a school is less 20%. I wanted a little bit more grunt than that, and a DL360 will take hex-core Xeons, hex-core hyper-threaded Xeons, giving you a total of 12 threads per processor. If you've got two of them, that's a 24 threaded server with 12 physical cores. And I've noticed for a while that you can get Xeon X5650s relatively cheaply, and I got a matched pair of those for £224. So that was quite a good deal. Those chips, if you went back a couple of years, would set you back about £1,000 each. I wanted more than 4 GB of RAM because if you've got quite a few users, they'll eat up quite a bit of RAM. So again, there's a listing for 24 gigs, and I had two lots of this. So I've got a server of 48 GB of RAM, and these come in sets of 6. Now, these particular types of Xeons here use triple channel memory, and triple channel memory means you need 3 sticks for optimum performance per processor. So with 6 times 4, that would have given each processor 12 GB of RAM. So I've got 2 sets of this, giving each processor 24 GB of RAM. This server only came with 2 72 gig hard drives, so I got a couple of extra ones. These things are dirt cheap now. These ones are only £13.49 a drive, and these 4 combined I set up in RAID 1+0, so that gives you the performance of RAID 0 but with the redundancy of RAID 1. And I was lucky enough to get a DL360 with a battery backed up write cache, which is a good thing to have because it significantly speeds up hard drive performance, and when you're building a remote desktop server you want lots of hard disk performance, or as much as you could get. Future expansion to this I'm hoping to maybe do is put in a PCI Express solid state hard drive, but maybe that's for the future. So that gave us a princely sum of £688.57. But remember, we'll be taking 20% VAT off that, so that comes to about £580ish or something like that. Some big saving on the sort of £4 I was looking at, and it performs absolutely fine. It also came with 2 power supplies for further redundancy, and pretty good nick really, and it worked fine. You just have to make sure you flash it to the latest BIOS before you put these new chips in it, because it came with quite an old version of the BIOS. The 2013 BIOS has got quite a lot of fixes in. So anyways, once it's up and running, it didn't take particularly long to get it up and running, you can use Access to Code, which is what I'm doing at the moment. So this is Access to Go. This is running on a new eBay terminal server. This can handle many users simultaneously, and on my Chromebook, as I'm on at the moment, allows me, if I want to access Office applications pretty quickly. Bear in mind I'm accessing this off-site. I'm not local LAN at the moment. I could even open Chrome in this remote desktop session onto the staff homepage. There we go. Just show my desktop, and this gives me access to my local files, obviously. There we go. And crucially for staff, gives access to SIMs. So anyways, the hardware need not cost a fortune. A little bit of research in finding out what's available and what you can use goes an awful long way and can save you heaps of money. The latest kit would be really nice, but at the end of the day I doubt whether many of my users would have actually really seriously noticed the difference, because for 99% of the time this works absolutely fine with loads and loads of users on, and that 1% of the time when you think having a RAID array of solid state hard drives would have been nice, well, nobody's really going to notice, I don't think. But anyways, if you're interested in how that sort of thing is done, let me know. It's really not as hard as it might sound.